Hello everybody and welcome to Mr. Stansfield's educational videos. Today we're going to just take a look at a quick adjustment that you can do in Photoshop if you have an image that you want to brighten up the shadow areas of the photo. So here we have a student's photo where they've done some painting with light around a flag, and the part of the image here where the highlight is well exposed. It's plenty bright. There's a mostly black area around here, and sometimes you can bring out some detail in the shadow area, and in some cases you can't. We'll see how this photo goes. So there's two things I want to show you. The first is going to be image, adjustments, and shadows, highlights. So if you click on shadows and highlights, the default is actually to slide the shadows up to 35%. That's what it's going to show you to start off. And you can see right away that opens up the shadows. There's some detail there. You can see this person. You can see a little bit more detail over here in the curtain. If you bring that down to 0, that's going to be basically 0% is no adjustment, and then 100%. What happens is you see some detail, but it's really noisy. There's really a lot of grain in here in the shadow area. So right around that, maybe 20–30% is, I think, doing what we want to do. 25% or so. It's opening things up a little bit, and you just get a little bit more detail out of your shadow area. So that's the shadow highlight adjustment. The other way that you could do this is actually adjusting the overall exposure. So we go image, adjustments, and then exposure. And if you just drag the exposure up a little bit, very slight at a time, but you can see it also affects the highlights here. So the highlights get really thick and blown out. And so you can get similar results with exposure. In this case, if you're just trying to make an adjustment to the shadows, the shadow highlight at about 20–30% or so seems to work pretty well. And if you want to see what it looks like before and after, you can just click this little preview checkbox. And that's about it. So that's how you can open up the shadows a little bit on an image that you're working on in Photoshop.